Be happy in every situation. In a quaint little village, there lived an elderly woman named Mary. She was well known for her kind heart and her willingness to help those around her. Although she lived alone, she was never truly lonely, as the villagers often visited her to seek her wisdom and share their stories. In return for her kindness, they would bring her food and supplies, ensuring she never went without. One chilly autumn morning, Mary decided to head into the forest to gather wood for her fireplace. As she ventured deeper into the woods, she came across something unusual, a large old pot partially buried in the ground. Curious, she brushed off the dirt and lifted the lid. To her astonishment, the pot was filled with glittering gold coins. Mary's heart raced with excitement as she imagined a life of comfort and luxury. She pictured herself living in a grand home, sitting beside a beautiful fireplace in an elegant chair. However, there was one problem. The pot was far too heavy for her to carry on her own. Determined to bring it home, she crafted a makeshift slide using wooden planks and tied a sturdy cloth around the pot. With great effort, she began pulling it toward her home. But as she dragged the pot along, something strange began to happen. The gold coins inside slowly started to change color. Pausing for a moment to catch her breath, Mary peered inside and gasped. The gold had turned to silver. A pang of disappointment washed over her, but she quickly reminded herself that silver was still valuable. She reassured herself that she could still buy a cozy home and enjoy warm evenings by the fire. She continued her journey, but as she pulled the pot further, the silver changed again, this time into iron. Mary stopped in her tracks, staring at the pot with a deep sense of despair. All her dreams of a luxurious life seemed to slip away. But then she took a deep breath and smiled. She realized that before finding the pot, she had already been happy. She had a simple life filled with warmth, kindness, and the love of her neighbors. As she sat down to rest, she chose to be grateful for what she had, rather than mourning what she had lost. Mary thought about her cozy little home, the warm meals her neighbors shared with her, and the joy she found in helping others. She understood that true happiness didn't come from wealth, but from the love and kindness shared with those around her. In that moment, she made a decision. She left the pot in the forest and returned home, content with her life. That evening, as she sat by her fireplace in her old but comfortable chair, she felt a warmth in her heart that no amount of gold could ever provide. From that day forward, Mary continued to live as she always had, helping her neighbors and receiving their love in return. She proved that true happiness comes from within, and no amount of riches could ever compare to a life filled with gratitude and contentment. Let's learn some words from the story. Astonishment, great surprise. Example, her face lit up with astonishment when she saw the gold coins. Makeshift, a temporary or improvised solution. Example, she built a makeshift slide from wooden planks. Reassuring, giving comfort or confidence. Example, she kept reassuring herself that silver was still valuable. Despair, a complete loss of hope. Example, she felt a deep sense of despair when the coins turned to iron. A content in a state of peaceful happiness. Example, she was content with her simple life in the village. Serene, calm, peaceful, and untroubled. Example, the forest was serene with the sound of rustling leaves. Resourcefulness, the ability to find quick and clever solutions to problems. Example, she showed resourcefulness by making a slide for the pot. Pang, a sudden sharp feeling of sadness or regret. Example, she felt a pang of disappointment when she saw the iron coins. Gratitude, the quality of being thankful. Example, she expressed her gratitude by helping her neighbors in return. 10. Reassurance, the act of removing someone's doubts or fears. Example, she gave herself reassurance that everything would be okay, even with the iron coins. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, keep shining bright with Story Light.